Grapek Action, and today we're going to discuss the 4 different spray gun technologies. The 4 different types of spray gun technologies are conventional airspray, HVLP, air-assisted airless, and airless. There are 3 typical methods of airspray guns: siphon cup, gravity cup, and pressure fed. This Binks 2100 gun is an example of a siphon cup assembly. Notice that the siphon cup is attached directly below the inlet to the gun. A special air cap creates a suction pressure to pull the material out of the cup and into the gun, where it is atomized by mixing with compressed air. The Grapek Finex gun on the left and the Vilbus compact gun on the right are both examples of a gravity cup application. Notice that the gravity cup sits directly above the gun. This allows gravity to assist in feeding the material into the gun, and it enables the operator to spray somewhat higher viscosity materials. The Binks 95 gun on the left are both examples of pressure-fed guns. In a pressure feed system, the material is supplied under pressure from usually either a cup, a tank, or a pump, which would be used for the 95 gun, to the inlet of the spray gun. This allows the operator to control the flow rate accurately to the gun and enables the handling of higher viscosity materials. Now let's discuss some of the pros and cons of conventional airspray guns. First, the pros. They're typically inexpensive. They have high atomization, which means a small particle size and creates a finer finish. They are low pressure and they are easy to clean up. Some of the cons: they have a low transfer efficiency, which means a lot of overspray. The application rate is relatively slow. They require a large volume of air, and they can only handle low to medium viscosity materials. The next type of spray guns we will discuss is HVLP guns, which stands for volume low pressure. In an HVLP gun, low pressure fluid is mixed with a high volume of low pressure air to create a fan or cone pattern of highly atomized material. There are 3 types of HVLP guns, which are the same as conventional airspray guns. The first would be a gravity cup, which an example would be this Kremlin HTLI gun. The second would be a siphon cup, which the example would be this Vilbus FLG4 gun with the suction cup on the bottom. And the third would be pressure fed, and the example would be this Grapek Airpro gun. Now we can talk about some of the pros and cons of using an HVLP gun. First, for the pros, it is inexpensive, more expensive than conventional, but not too much. They have a pretty high atomization on low viscosity materials. They are low pressure for both the fluid and the air. They have an easy cleanup, and they have a 35% better transfer efficiency than airspray in most cases. Some of the cons are you still have a slow application rate. They require a very large volume of air, and they are limited to low or medium-low viscosity materials. The third type of spray gun is air-assisted airless. In an air-assisted airless gun, medium pressure fluid is forced through a small tip and then mixed with a small volume of compressed air to create a fan or cone pattern. These guns can only be pressure fed, which most likely would be used with a pump. Here are 2 examples of air-assisted airless guns. The first here is the Grapek G15. The other is the Kremlin Excite gun. Now we can discuss some of the pros and cons to using an air-assisted airless gun. First, for the pros, they have good atomization. The atomization is usually as good or better than HVLP. Also, they have a high transfer efficiency, which is also as good or better usually than an HVLP. They also have a fast application rate, and they have relatively easy cleanup. Air-assisted airless guns can handle low and medium viscosity materials easily, and they use less compressed air. Now for the cons. The initial cost startup cost is higher than a regular Airspray or HVLP gun. Also, it has higher fluid pressures. Now we will talk about the last type of spray gun, which is airless. In an airless gun, high pressure fluid is forced through a small tip to create a fan or cone pattern. They can only be pressure fed most often with a pump. Now here are two examples of airless guns. First is the Grapek contractor gun, and then this is a Titan LX50 gun. Notice that there is only one inlet for the fluid and no air inlet. Now let's go over some of the pros and cons of using airless guns. The pros: they can handle low to heavy viscosity materials. They often have a very fast application rate. They use little to no compressed air depending on the power source. The transfer efficiency is better than Airspray, but less than air-assisted, airless, or Airmix guns. The cons: the initial cost is somewhat higher than Airspray, and they have very high fluid pressure, and the atomization is less than air assist. So that concludes today's informational video on the 4 types of spray gun technologies we offer here at Grapek Action. Stay connected with us through our website and Facebook for future videos.